Hi everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I have a get ready with me. This is the eye makeup that I wore to Generation Beauty for the Ipsy cocktail party. It's a little bit informal because I didn't show a majority of the eyeshadow products that I use, but I'm starting off with a Badescu Hyaluronic Eye Cream to hydrate my under eyes. And I'm showing you a smidge clip of how I do my eyebrows. My eyebrows take forever just because I like to take my time, and you know how the story goes with eyebrows. Sometimes one day can be like super flaky and the other one can be like, what are you doing? So I'm just showing you a smidge of it. I went to prime with the NARS Pro-Prime eyeshadow base. And then I'm going in with the World Traveler palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills with the shade Soft Peach and setting that primer in place, and also using it as a transition shade. Next, I went in with the Kat Von D palette, and I'm using this like warm chocolate brown shade just as my transition. Kind of reminds me of Morocco. It's sort of similar. I'm just placing that in windshield wiping motions and as circular motions as well. I'm going to go ahead and highlight my brow bone with this shade here. It's like a nice peachy shade. And then here's where I didn't show the clip, but I'm using Fudge from the Anastasia World Traveler palette. And I'm using that with an e.l.f. crease brush because it gives me so much precision for the outer corner. So I quickly want to mention that I have done this look on my channel before. It was a collaboration with JoJo. I will link it down below if you are interested in watching it. But somebody asked to do a get ready with me. A tutorial doing this, and it's kind of like a get ready with me. All I'm doing here is adding some matte black from the Kat Von D eyeshadow palette with a Real Techniques buffing brush, just to have more smokiness and a little bit darker, like a nighttime appropriate look, if you will. So here I'm taking the LA Girl eyeliner. This is in jet black. I'll list everything down in the description box, but having a black base is going to really accentuate the color that you want on top, so that's what I'm doing here, just placing that and smudging that with a brush. And the shade that I'm going to place on top is Azure from that same World Couture Anastasia contour palette, eyeshadow contour palette. I don't know how to pronounce this thing or say it. It's just like a really long title for this eyeshadow palette. So all I'm doing that is patting that, and I'm using a Japanese brush. Now I'm going to use a matte black again. I really wanted this look to be super smoked out, but also like a warm crease. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just blending that matte black, and I'm using a MAC 224 brush. And I'm again placing some matte black and just adding and blending, adding and blending. Blending is super important for any smoky eye looks. Now to have like that super sharpness at the edge, I'm using a makeup wipe to just clean it up towards the tail end of my eyebrow. And I'm going to prime my face with the Nivea Post Shave Balm. I'm just spreading that all until it gets super tacky. For foundation, I'm using the Maybelline Matte and Poreless, and I'm going to blend that with the black beauty blender, which I have to say, I have the pink one, and honestly, like everybody else says, the black one is the best beauty blender for some reason. I don't know if it's different material or whatever, but it pounces better than the pink one. Alright, now that we got that foundation in place, we're going to use concealer, and today I'm using the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. I'm in the shade Ginger, and I'm blending that with that same beauty blender, and I'm setting that with the RCMA No Color Powder. As you can tell, I'm doing my left eye. I like to do each under eye one at a time, just because my concealer starts creasing super fast if I don't set it right away, and if I do both at the same time, they'll crease. So I'm just doing one under eye at a time. And next I'm using my favorite product of all time. This is the Sephora Radiant Ultra Drops. This is in the shade Ultra Light, and I'm placing that on my highest points of the cheekbones, and I'm blending that with the finger. I like to use my finger because when you use your finger, it warms up the product and it melts into your skin a little bit more better. And I'm going to set my rest of my face. That did not make any sense. I'm setting the rest of my face with my BH Pro Studio powder, skipping that where I had the liquid highlighter. So I'm doing that all over, just making sure, because I'm an oily girl, I always set my foundation. Now I'm going to contour with my Shade and Light contour palette from Kat Von D. I obviously didn't record that. I'm sorry. Again, this is like really informal and I apologize in advance. But all I'm doing is here taking my powder from Maybelline and chiseling out the contour. And I don't know what I was doing here, but I was dancing and having fun. Now my favorite part of highlighting is highlighting. Oh my god, this voiceover is bad. I'm so sorry. So I'm just highlighting with MAC Oh Darling, and I'm using a Morphe 310 brush. For blush, the names don't have them in the back of this palette, but I will list it down in the description box once I find it. And I'm placing that on the apples of my cheeks, and I'm gonna move on to eyelashes. For eyelashes, I'm using the KOKO style in Diva. Super wispy, super full, super dramatic. I love it. And I'm gonna mix these two shades together and do that on the lower lash line. So for the lipstick, I'm going to use Cork from Dose of Colors, but first I'm going to line it with Jordana's lip liner in Rock and Rose, and then I'm going to use Cork, which is a very nice shade against my skin complexion, or at least the pigmentation of my lips, because we all have different pigmentations of our lips. And then I'm going to set the rest of my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. And then I'm going to use a Sephora eyeliner on the waterline. This is in the color brown. That's the end of this makeup look. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you later.